Ow, we finally get an episode that's not at a breakneck speed, but it also just kind of feels like filler.
It does feel like filler. And it kind of feels like lots of ingredients were thrown in the pot for this.
Yeah,
It just wasn't breakneck. It was just
weird.
weird. I think maybe you could have combined the stuff from the beginning with the stuff at the end and then done the other stuff and it would have been better, but whatever.
Yes. Hello, welcome to this week's episode. Jared now watch Inuyasha's episode 174. I'm Jared, joined as always by Doc Ow and Lady
Hi.
We are discussing episode 170, or episode 3 of the final act, entitled Meido Zangetsuha.
I think you said that better than everybody else who tried to say that.
I'm trying my best.
I'm complimenting you because it sounded funky when everybody else was trying to say it.
Yes. We begin with Sesshomaru. He's reflecting on what happened at the end of last week's episode, and Totosai shows up and is like, "Hey, I hear the Tokujin's gone. That sucks. Anyways, I'm here because the Tenseiga summoned me, and I think now we can unlock the hidden power in the blade." And Sesshomaru's
Yay!
like, "All right,
All
cool."
right. So you gotta I guess what's the word I'm looking for?
Forge it.
Reforge. Yeah, I was gonna say resmith, but reforge sounds better.
Even though they don't really do that, or at least they don't really do it in the episode, but
No, but I mean that's what Totosai does.
yeah,
So, and they do say that that's what happened. But
yeah. We just don't see it.
yeah, I think he just kind of says, "Hey, do this thing," and it happens, and
Yeah.
that's what we know.
We go to Kaide's village, and Shippo's chit-chatting with her about what Kikyo had done. And then Songo and Moroku are chit-chatting. Songo's upset because Kohaku's gone, and Moroku's like, "I'm gonna stay here and hang out with you. It's fine." Um, and then she's like, "Oh, thanks for being here." And then she rubs him on the butt. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Oh, I thought I was just making sure you weren't Shippo." As Shippo and Kaede walk up, and Shippo's like, "What the heck?"
You didn't trust me.
Um,
That was funny though that Songo did the reverse Uno card that
mhm.
she's now the one feeling on the bum.
But yeah, they do a recap of like what Kikyo
Koha.
did,
Kikyo? Okay.
or told Inuyasha about how like you can't kill Naraku with a sword. You got to do it when he gets the jewel and tries to make it bad, and then you purify it, and that should take him out for good.
hmm
And then also they're like, "Hey, Songo, do you want Kohaku to sacrifice himself?" And she's like, "No." No, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Like, duh.
Kagome's back home. She's hanging with her friends, going to a high school to turn in their applications for it.
hmm
And then her friends are like bullying her because they're like, "You gotta do this exam right because we all gotta go to high school together. Come on." And then she goes home and her grandpa is like, "I got this charm for you. It's the Shikon jewel. Here's the legend about it." And Kagome's just
I'm
like,
sure this won't be relevant or anything.
"Yeah, I know about this. Come on." But also like, "What's the one wish that'll make it go away forever?" He's like, "I don't know." Also, the cat was just like trying to get it, and then just like looking like a goblin as he like looked back and forth between Grandpa and Kagome the whole time.
It was very good. Confirming the cats are gremlin goblins.
Yes. She begins to study and thinks she knows everything now, but then realizes she's asleep and it's getting cold, and then Yasha's in the window like, "Hey, you're gonna get a cold." And then they just go back to the feudal era, I guess.
Yep, guess she's done studying.
hmm They just walk around, and then Shippo sees some foxfire and gets bonked, and then disappears, and then the rest of them go towards this inn, and are like, "All right." And then some ladies are like, "Oh my gosh, come in," and Maruka's like, "Oh, we got to stay here." Um, so Moroku just like gets with the ladies, and then eventually they just like some favors flow down, and they're like, "Oh my god, my rank went up," and then they disappear, and everyone's like, "What?" um,
They become little kitsune.
yes. Shippo wakes up in the forest, and some other demons are hanging over him. Then they transform into fox demons. They're like, "Hey, you're number 77. This is the fox demon promotion exam. Let's explain how ranks work and everything." And yeah, you go up in rank if you're able to trick the people that are staying in the inn. So he's basically just like, all right, well, maybe I could do that. They see Kagome and they're like, we're going to go trick her. He's like, no, don't go trick her. But he runs into Inuyasha, and then he just like throws his little spitty toy on Inuyasha. He's like, I got to go. You're holding me up. Um, and then he tries to go to Kagome, but she just smiles at these other demons and is like, yay. And then Inuyasha shows up and like bonks them all because he thinks they are Shippo, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Shippo finds out he got a piece of paper that says he ranked up to 25, and they're like, whoa, while the others got fails.
He went 5 ranks just
Yeah,
from
like,
throwing a
oh my
top at
gosh.
Inuyasha.
So Shippo's like, what if I advance my rank by beating up Inuyasha more? Ha 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 ha. We go back to the inn where everyone's just chilling. Shippo decides to try some more stuff. He is able to trick Inuyasha again, but he only gets a little bit of points this time. And they're like, oh, once you go up in rank, it gets harder to go up in rank. And they're like, oh, okay. Moroku's hanging out with the ladies again, and then Sango chases them away. And Moroku's like, now hang on a second. I was just trying to help them out. It's hard being a fox demon out here.
I'm just trying to give them some points.
And
It's
Sango's
fine.
like, no, come on.
Nope.
More shenanigans as Shippo just keeps dropping stuff onto Inuyasha. The women show back up, and then Sango gives them dumplings to just knock them out. Moroku shows up and is like, oh, it's so nice that you trust me and everything. And then 4 Morokus are now here, and she's like, hang on a second, get away from me.
They're all calling her cute.
And Moroku's just like, more shenanigans with Shippo happen. And he's able to eventually get up to 24th. And then he's like, yippee, I'm out of here.
Yay.
And then dawn breaks, and I guess the exam's over now. And Inuyasha and Kagome are trying to go find Shippo. He catches scent of something, and he's like, wind scars the forest. And then this young gal named Mujina is like, hey, did you break up the forest? And he's like, And then he uses it again, and then it's the energy is sucked away, and they're like, that's weird. Shippo's helping her get away, and he's like, I smell something old on you. Is that your dad? She's like, oh, my dad died. Now I gotta go get revenge. He's like, my dad also died, and I had to get revenge. I'll help this lady. Shippo raises a banner that apparently says Inuyasha's a moron.
Baka.
Which Inuyasha then sends the wind scar after, which gets sucked up again. And then eventually they re-show up there, and Mujina's like, I have the powerful sword now, and I will kill Inuyasha. And blows away parts of the forest again, and then Shippo's like, oh god, my friend died. This is real bad. I messed up.
This sucks.
And then Inuyasha shows back up. I was like, do you really think that I was going to die here? Really?
He basically calls her a scrub.
Yeah. And then she tries again, and he just like blocks it very easily. Like, nope, not happening. And Shippo realizes he has been deceived. And Inuyasha's like, all right, what do you want me to do? He's like, well, I'll just, if you try and do anything to her, you got to get through me.
Whee.
And then she just grabs him and tries to hold him hostage.
Yep.
And Inuyasha's like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go punch you in the face. And then it's revealed that, oh, she's just a big old tanuki.
Yep.
But this tanuki's like, I'm still gonna use this blade to take you down. And then Inuyasha just slices it in half, and he's like, uh-oh. And then Inuyasha just kicks the demon away into the abyss.
Goodbye. But he does get an idea from it.
Yes. And then we go elsewhere where Totosai is like, hey, here's the Tenseiga. I'm gonna make an ogre come out of the ground. And then Sesshomaru slices it, and then everyone's like, well, there's no cut that happened. That's weird. And then Ren's like, look behind it. And then there's like a black hole that just forms out of nowhere, and then just sucks up like parts of the demon's body and just cuts it up, and then it's dead.
Yeah, it's a real messed up way to go.
And Totosai's like, yeah, you can cut open a path to the underworld and send your foes there. That's the Meido Zangetsuha. It's a cool attack, ain't it? And Sesshomaru's like, yes, cool attack. Anyways, let's go.
Let's go. It basically looks like he sends them to space.
Yeah, it's like he just like, opens a black hole out of nothing and then just like sucks them up. It's really cool.
It's pretty cool. It's a
That's
sweet move.
that's how we end the episode. We got some notes here.
Okay, hit me with the notes.
This is the only episode that features Kitsune demons that are almost the same age as Shippo. They also display similar personality traits.
True.
This episode shows that Sesshomaru has developed a caring heart, thus Tenseiga becoming a true weapon and now able to use the Meido Zangetsuha.
Cool.
The English dub has 2 errors for the voices. When Kagome says sit, it's while the beads are pulling Inuyasha down. Also, when Mujina brags about Daki, I think that's the sword, he continues on for a bit after Inuyasha chops the blade in half.
Oops.
The episode shows that Inuyasha may be able to read. He looked at the do not pull sign before pulling it. However, he may have also done this out of curiosity. Also, he fires the wind scar at the banner held up, which said he was a moron. However, he could have also done this out of frustration Shippo was causing him, or just because like he saw something in the distance and figured it was Shippo.
Yeah.
In the manga, Sesshomaru threatened to kill Totosai if he failed to reforge Tenseiga into a weapon, causing the latter to remark that Sesshomaru's personality hasn't changed despite his caring heart.
Well, that feels more on brand.
That is true.
So I don't know. What do you think? Can Inuyasha read?
No. Unless Kagome's been teaching him on the side, but who knows. Next time we'll be discussing episode 4 of the final act entitled Dragon Scale Tetsaiga, which we already got spoiled on. Hey, new Tetsaiga power up.
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up. But that's going to do it for us this week. So if you'd like more from us, head on over to seasonalanimeCheckup.com or scc.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts, like Seasonal Anime Checkup OVA. You'll also find columns and reviews on the site as well. If you'd like more from Anladium, go to anladium.com. She's got columns and reviews. You can follow us on Twitter and TikTok at Anime Checkup. Follow us on Blue Sky, SeasonalAnimeCheckup.com. You can buy our books, One Shiny Moment, a critical analysis of Love, Life, Sunshine, Hot Tubs, and Pac-Man on Amazon.com. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/SACOVA. So join us next time as New Sword.
New sword.